Hi, I'm Brad Ross, Head of Corporate Communications for the TTC, and with me here is Andy Byford, the CEO of the TTC, and we're at the corner of Queen Street East and Leslie Street to talk about a major closure that will be happening starting on May the 11th until June 21st. Andy, what exactly is going to be happening here?
Okay, so this work is part of the overall project to introduce our new streetcars. What we're doing specifically is constructing a connection track between Queen and Leslie, down Leslie Street to our new streetcar facility at the Leslie Barn. So it's a big piece of work. It also involves not just laying new track, we're replacing an 80-year-old water main. So it's some work that would have had to have been done anyway. We're doing it in conjunction with Toronto Water. It makes sense to do it all now and get the disruption over and done with in one piece.
And because this work is so major, it does require the closure of this intersection to all traffic, including streetcars, and that will of course have an impact on our service. What does the diversion then for the 501 Queen look like? Let's start with 501.
Okay, so for the 501, from the east, the streetcar will divert off Queen, go up Coxwell, along Gerrard and down Broadview. Now that will add about 12 minutes to the overall running time. So our message to our customers is, please do take that into account. We do have to divert around this work for the duration of the closure.
And then for the 502, 503, and for the community in general, there will be a bus replacement service that will look like what exactly?
Okay, so the bus service has a slightly different route. It will go up Greenwood, along Dundas, and then down Jones. So it's a shorter diversion, so the actual overall journey time will be slightly less. Now we are adding extra buses, so we will have a high frequency service.
We are also adding, I should mention, an increased service to the 83 Jones, the 72 Pape, and the 31 Greenwood to get anybody who wants to take the subway up to line 2 of the Blue or Danforth line, and that will be added service as well. Andy, finally, before we move down to Queen and Victoria to talk about the closure there, businesses are open in this area. Pedestrian access and cycling access will be maintained. Can we just talk a little bit about what we've been doing to try and aid businesses throughout this construction process?
Sure. Well, in many ways, this video is part of that. We've opened a community office that's been open for some time to keep local businesses and the local community involved and understanding what we're actually doing here. The key point to stress is the local businesses are open. Please do use them. We will do our very best to minimize the disruption that this type of work inevitably brings.
Absolutely, Andy. Thank you very much. We're now going to head over to Queen and Victoria to talk about a closure there that will also begin on May the 11th. Okay, Andy, we're here at the corner of Queen Street East and Victoria Street to talk about a closure from May 11th to May 31st. Not as long as the Queen Leslie closure, but still a significant closure here at the intersection. What are we doing exactly?
Okay, well, this is an essential part of our State of Good Repair program. Anyone using the 501 streetcar knows that through this intersection, the streetcar has to slow right down. And that's because of the state of the concrete and the track. It's basically worn out. So we will be replacing the whole intersection during that closure that you've just talked about.
All right, Andy, so this closure of this intersection will necessitate a diversion of the 501 Queen. What will that look like? Okay,
so the 501 will divert off Queen. It'll go south down Church, along King, and then north up Spadina before returning to Queen Street on its normal route.
And then, Andy, the bus replacement heading west, what will that look like?
That will divert via Church and Richmond. Going back east will be via Adelaide and Jarvis.
Okay, Andy, thank you very much. We're now going to head over to Queen Street East and Broadview Avenue for a closure that will begin on June the 30th. And finally, Andy, we're here at the corner of Queen Street East and Broadview Avenue, where from June 30th until July the 25th, we'll be closing this intersection to be doing some significant track work. What exactly will we be doing?
Okay, so this is one of our busiest intersections. These switches and the track are heavily used. They're very intensively worked throughout the day. So what we'll be undertaking is complete replacement of the track and the switches to maintain them in a state of good repair and to keep them reliable for many years to come.
And of course, the closure of this intersection means that we need to divert. So let's start with the 501 Queen streetcar. What will that diversion look like then on Queen?
Okay, so the diversion will come off Queen, up Coxwell, along Gerrard, and then down Parliament.
And then for the 502 and 503 and the bus replacement we will have on Queen, that will look like what exactly?
The bus replacement service will run via Carlaw, Dundas, River to downtown.
And finally, the 504 King will also be on diversion.
That's right, it'll divert up Parliament, along Dundas, and then ultimately onto Broadview Station.
And finally, Andy, we are going to take advantage of the opportunity that this construction affords us to replace some rail in the area while maintaining an open traffic lane.
That's right. So we've done an inspection of all the track condition in the local area, and there's a few local spots where the rail just needs to be replaced. So my view is, let's get it all done at once. Let's only impact the community once. But on that point of community impact, the streets will remain open, so cars, bikes, they'll still be able to get through, the roads will still be open. And critically, the fabulous shops, the local community, the local businesses will still be open. It's a very vibrant area. There's great restaurants, great businesses. Do still please come and use them. They're open for business.
Indeed. Andy, thank you very much. And thank you very much for watching. For more information about all of these closures, please visit ttc.ca or call 416-393-4636.